Hello and welcome everybody, welcome to ERL for our Gran Turismo Podium Championship. Last evening, last two races of the championship, race 7, we're joining now at Branch Hatch. I believe we've started our qualifying and we're watching Ranch Lakiak setting the first time on the board here in Branch Hatch in his Little Debbie Honda. And that is a 29.6, and Agassi is very close to it, but not quite. Junkie resets the fastest lap, about 3 tenths faster in the 29.2. Banda, he is in 6th. Glossboss puts P9 on the board, first lap by the guys. Let's see where Smiley is so far. I believe it's this guy here. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. It's Smiley to me. It's 6th place at the moment. Seems to be improving, and he's one of our title contenders for this championship. He won the Elite Championship in our previous season and is very close to winning this one as well. The last 2 races are going to go to the wire. He's in a fight over it with Junkie but Funky. I believe they are being split by mere 4 points at the moment. In the mix as well are Shudon and Lokiak, who are quite close in 16 and 19 points behind, but my prediction will be that it will be down to Junkie and Smiley. Junkie's lap still standing. It's the final lap of qualifying already. Let's see if he can improve, and he is improving. Maybe Ranch is improving as well by a 10th, but he's 2 tenths behind, so that doesn't seem to be enough as of yet. Junkie improving by almost a 10th of a second. So will he be able to find some more time in the last sector and bring us into the 28s? Or will we stick into the low 29s? SD12, I believe that Shudon is right on his heels as well. He seems to be setting a good time in his Marlboro Aston Martin. Let's see what Junkie does first. Through the last corner and low 29s and shoot on 29.7, so he lost a little bit of time. Let's see what Highfield can do. Stays in 5th at the moment, as does Hashnagel. I know he likes it when his name is pronounced like that. Blasi, not quite sure who that is in the stream. That might be our Italian. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that either. I'll leave that to Shippo, who's normally here to do comps, but he will be doing the 2nd race, and I'll be doing the first race, as he got different commitments until the race start of the 2nd race. Our grid will be formed by Junkie, Wrench, Shudon, Agassi, Highfield, Hashnagel, Blasi, Smiley, Dead Leisure, Specs, not sure who Specs is. I recognize the name. I can't quite say that I know who he is. Captain Bongo, Glossboss, Stevo, Pottimouth and Panda will form the grid. And I believe we're starting at 55, so in 2 minutes from now. Smiley quite a bit down the order in 8th place, so he's got some work to do if he wants to maintain his lead in the championship. Just trying to take a screenshot here of the standing of qualifying so I can post that for Shippo for his admin. We'll be doing straight after this race is finished. Just so we know when we get to the last race, which will be after this, track is still unknown, who is leading the championship and who needs to do what to actually win it by the end of the last race tonight. Giraffe, you like the commentary, thank you buddy. Don't know who you are exactly, if you're in the server or not, but let me know who you are. I'll give you a shout out as I drop my controller. And the countdown is finished, so we should be starting anytime soon now. And there we go. Junkie on pole position here with Luckiak in P2. Let's see who will go down to basically the second corner in first. There we go, we got the countdown going on. Can't actually see the lights. Off we go. Junkie seems to have a good start. Lucky is right behind him straight away, and he's being charged by Highfield a little bit, but he's still behind. And a little bit of a fight behind with a Marlboro Aston Martin. I can't quite see what the other car is, but Junkie into the lead, and we have a car spinning out in the background. Let's see who that is while I'll try to get all the info up as well. Can't quite get the race info on anymore, but I think it was Gassi that might have spun out in the black Lamborghini. Let's go back to the front with Junkie still leading. We got a fight here with Shudon, as I think it is, and Highfield for that last podium position. A bit of a fight here as well with Haschnagel and our Italian Blasi in 5th and 6th. I have to say that I like the car and livery of Haschnagel with the full ERL promo on it. And this fight between Lucky and Highfield does give Shudon the opportunity to stay with them as well. And he's looking for any mistakes made by the cars in front. I'm really trying to get all the info on, but I can't quite get it done at the moment. So it's my first time doing a spectate and commentate on GT, and you can see I'm not quite familiar with it yet. And as I said, Shudon was looking for a mistake to be made behind, but it's Shudon himself who makes the mistake, spins off the track. It's a bit of a wobbly entrance, stays clear of the Aston Martin. he is now back on track, but lost quite a few positions down into P12 from P4. Unlucky for him. Let's see what other fights we have. We still got, we got Smiley coming through now in 5th place. That stopped the fight a little bit with Hashnagel and the guy in front, Blasi, who's pulling away. Let's see if Smiley can get back to Blasi and get onto those podium steps. Meantime, Highfield, Lucky and Chunky are still fighting close battles. Chunky not quite able to pull away from him altogether. He's got a reasonable gap. Nobody's going to dive up his inside anytime soon. But he's not quite able to pull away to a safe distance and relax a little bit. Any mistake he'll make, those two behind will right be on his bumper straight away. Highfield choosing a tighter line there, trying to get the advantage. He's looking all over the place, off Lucky. Can't quite get it done yet. But any mistake Wrench will make, Highfield will be all over him. And he'll be looking shortly to put that little car of him right next to Lucky and force an overtake there. Quite difficult here on this track. Not a personal favorite track of myself. I just can't get a pace around here, but these guys seem to be doing alright so far. And I love the tight racing that these guys are showing now, bumper to bumper, trying to look for a move here. But nothing yet so far. Let's move down the back of the field and see what's going on. Captain Bongo, here we go. Hashnagel is being charged by Dead Leisure in Little Debbie. The guys got a team championship going here, which also is quite tight, I believe. Let me get those standings up while you guys can watch this fight here between Hashnagel and Dead Leisure. There we go, there's the standings. We got McLaren leading by 7 points to Honda. So that's, oh, and a big incident there with Hashnagel being tapped a little bit wide there. And we see somebody else going wide as well. That's Panda in, what's he driving? That looks to be a Ferrari to me. He got a bit wide there, it looked to be all on its own. Now the McLarens, who are driving the McLarens? That's a Honda. This seems to be a McLaren, so that's Chunky, and where's the other one? There he goes. Back. It's back. Yes, it's back in the McLaren, so they're doing alright for now. Just the Hondas, they are running quite good as well. They're in 6th and still in 2nd, so at the moment I think the McLarens might be taking the team championship standings after this race. It's really bugging me, I can't get the info out so we can see who's where and what the gaps are. Anyhow, Lucky has pulled away a little bit from Highfield there, and he's now looking to charge on Chunky to make that lead in the team standings even bigger. But so far he has to do it with the gap he has and can't get any closer. Highfield with a little bit of a mistake behind there, going a bit wide. As is Captain Bongo, who spins out in his Alfa Romeo. Unlucky for him. Let's see, that clears the air up a little bit behind Smiley. And that fight with Hashnagel and SD12, that's lit up once more. And SD12 even trying it on here, got the inside into this corner, and he gets it as well, gets the position done side by side through the corner. Nice move, and Hashnagel straight away looking feisty to try and overtake. A bit of a slide there out of the corner, and that's losing him time. And now straight away Blasi in his Ferrari is looking to overtake Hashnagel there. He's not quite getting it done. Hashnagel with a bit of a charge again towards SD12. But no, Hashnagel is still being charged from behind by the Italian in a Ferrari. Don't ask me which Ferrari it is. I know it's a GR4 one, but my knowledge of these cars is not good enough to tell you exactly which Ferrari it is. Anybody in the comments, let me know if you do. And I think that was a move we saw in the background by Agassi there on Podium, overtaking in his Lamborghini. And Podium sticking with him for now, looking for any mistakes Agassi is going to make to return the favour and take the position back. And I think I saw a bit of a fight somewhere here. Here we go, Hashnagel and Blasi still fighting it out. Hashnagel did cut in front again, missed that, was out of view. And in the background seeing Podium trying it on again with the Lamborghini and getting the position as well. Agassi now, or Podium now in 9th place. A couple of nice battles going on. Let's go back to the front, see what's going on there. Chunky is still leading. And the cap is still there with Wrench not really pulling away or getting any closer. There's a nice shot here in the hairpin corner down the hill we go once more. And let's go on board with Wrench a little bit, see how he gets on fighting with Junkie. Junkie going a little bit wide there on the curb, unsettling the car a tiny bit. Wide entry here into the corner, still getting the apex, just a late apex going into the corner as there's such a long straight going on behind the corner there. Full throttle down the hill again, and then slight braking zone up the hill, and no mistakes made so far around here. Lucky taking a bit more of the apex than Chunky, both using as much as an exit as possible. And Lucky seems to be braking a bit later here, bringing him closer to Chunky. And again later on the brakes, and Chunky now seems to be getting a slightly better exit. And into the last corner we go, and then over the straight, which isn't quite straight, and that very dangerous turn 1, where if you get it wrong you'll be ending in the gravel, which will then take you towards the wall as you got no grip no more. Lucky now very much all over the back of Chunky, seems to have slightly better pace here. It's just going to be a question of when he'll be able to overtake Chunky here. Let's see if Chunky goes wide again on this curb, or has he got the move nailed now. Does keep it tighter, but still Lucky is all over him. And still very close, but not quite fast enough to force his car next to Chunky. Looking all over the place, weaving left and right, try and force Chunky onto a position of the track where he wants him so he can overtake, but not quite getting it done yet. And this fight can last for quite a while, as Lucky is a lot later on the brakes than Chunky and only barely misses Chunky. That could have been a nasty tap for the lead. But so far fair hard racing, and it's because of that little braking difference that Lucky is now keeping a little bit more distance, as he lost out a little bit. I could broadcast camera again, and Lucky is literally all over him still. Don't really want to be leaving this fight as it is for the lead, However, we need to see where Smiley is. He's not quite gaining ground, I'd say. And then we got Dead Leisure and SD412 battling it out for 4th and 5th. And that's a really good result then for the Hondas if they stay here for the team championship. I do like this Marlboro livery on the Aston Martin, nicely picked. And this has got to be shoe done, having a banner on the window saying shoe. That's a nice touch to delivery. And let's go on board with this with a Dead Leisure. Ooh, a little bit of a tap there to Shudon. Don't think Shudon wasn't quite expecting Dead Leisure to be there on the inside. Dead Leisure was trying on a move there, thinking there was a bit of a gap to go in. But he's gonna start this fight all over again. And Shudon goes in. So that's the position gained for Dead Leisure then for now. Blasi in 5th, Podium in 6th. That's a bit of a fight going on there. See how they are doing. Podium getting a great turn 1 there. Now getting the run into the hairpin. Possibly a bit of contact, can't quite see in this angle, but Podium gets the move done. Not quite sure how happy Blasi is with that move, as we couldn't quite see it. Blasi trying to stick it around the outside, goes through the grass a little bit, and that's the position now definitely done for now. Blasi is still hanging on behind Podium. Will he be able to push back towards him? Is going to be the question. Let's see what else is going on the grid. Hashnagel's driving there on its own a little bit. X12 is there. And yeah, McLaren. SD12 on its own a bit. Panda being trailed by Agassi a little bit. Highfield is there at the back. He must have pitted somewhere. Glossboss doesn't seem to have any company either. Nor does Captain Pongo. And then we're back with Chunky, who is now coming into the pits. Is Smiley. Smiley is overtaken, lucky there. Smiley going into the pits as well, so that's Lucky now into the lead. Or will Chunky cover him off? No, Lucky's got the move done during the pit strategy. Goes a bit wide through turn 1 there, and straight away Chunky is looking feisty, trying to get the position straight back again. So let's go on board with Chunky here to see if he can charge back onto Wrench for that first place in the race. Also, Smiley hasn't lost many positions there, still in 4th place and fighting over Hashnagel. And if he gets the position, he will be down back in 3rd and not have lost any positions with his pit stop. He's got a good exit here. Is he gonna get it done? No. Lucky's got the inside. A little bit of bumper tapping there. This is a good wheel-to-wheel battle. Fighting it very hard. Chunky's now got the inside. And he's got the Honda covered off. Lucky all over the back still. Little Dappy is looking really feisty here to get the move back. Let's go into broadcast cam again. And Lucky choosing the inside again. Side by side over the finish line and into the first corner again. Lucky covering off Chunky there. And that was a nice battle on the outlap of Chunky. Chunky still all over the back of Wrench. But for now, Wrench or Lucky seems to be leading this race. And Smiley in the meantime has gone past for third place. I believe it was somebody else before, but he must have pitted them out of view. Makes it a bit difficult without having those settings there. I'm sorry I'm not able to get those up. What else is going on, or is it still our main battle for first and second? Not with a 3-second penalty, that will have been crossing a pit entry or exit line. Very easily done here, I suppose, especially that exit one for me. A bit of battle here, Heifeld and Agassi. Two Dutch drivers battling it out. I believe the Lamborghini Agassi is driving is the reserve car here, so hence a little bit of lack of livery on that car. Whilst all the others have chosen a custom livery to their own design or liking. Heifeld is trying to get the move done on Agassi, and I believe that's his teammate behind as well, so he wants Heifeld to get through as quickly as possible so he can make the charge as well. Heifeld's having a look now inside the hairpins, got the move done on the turning point. And will he keep it on the exit? It does seem so, and yes, that's the move done nicely on the inside of the hairpin. Goes a bit wide now, gives Agassi possibly the move back again. He's looking down the inside, but it's not quite close enough to get it done, I think. It's a long turn though, Agassi goes into the grass a little bit, tempering his exit, and that's Heifeld through definitely now. And straight away Aschnagel is looking for that 9th place as well. However, Agassi choosing the inside line here. Has he got the move done? Let's go on board with Aschnagel while he's the third driver here. He could be third wheel saying thank you very much for your battling, but I'll take that position, both of them. Not quite getting the move done here now. So with that, let's go back to the front of the grid where Chunky has gotten through, and Lucky now back in second place. And the fighting between them. Smiley, I was gonna say will put Smiley, put a smile on Smiley's face. However, he's gone back to fourth place with Shudon now in third, taking the last podium place. Not sure what happened there, obviously makes it more difficult without the stats there. Yeah, Lucky still fighting over that first place, and I got a feeling this battle will go down to the wire of this race. And with Smiley in fourth place, that will give Chunky a nice lead for the last race. I think that will give him 10 points advantage over Smiley in this race, meaning it will be 6 ahead rather than 4 behind. So it's still going to be very close for the last race, but he will have a bit more of an advantage than he has now for the last race. And Smiley, I believe I said he was 16 points behind earlier. Sorry, Lucky, and he's 19 points behind, so he will be closing the gap to Smiley with 5 points, I think that will be, so he will be down to 14 points behind on Smiley for second place then. And that's all subject to the quality of my math, so I can't guarantee any of this is correct. Lucky seems to be dropping back slightly more than he did before in the race. Maybe there is a tyre advantage now for Chunky. He did went into the pit one lap later, so he might have gone for a softer compound as well. Obviously, without me running the stats, I can't quite see what compounds they're on either. But yeah, Chunky's still leading. Lucky looking feisty again. Seems to be the middle part of the track is suiting the Honda and Lucky better than the rest of the track, which is seems to be advantage for Chunky in his McLaren. Chunky going a bit wide there on the exit of turn 1. Straight away Lucky is all over him on the hairpin, and that could be bad news for Chunky. As I just said, middle sector for Lucky seems to be the better sector. Obviously, me having said this, Chunky will now prove me wrong and put a blast ring second sector in and leave Lucky nowhere to be seen in his little Debbie. I can't quite get away from this fight as it is for the lead, and it's such a tight battle as well. I want to see what the other guys are doing as well, but this battle is too important and too good to watch as well to go away from it too much. Let's go aboard again with Lucky, as it is such a nice cockpit here in Gran Turismo. Not much to say at the moment about this battle, as I'd just be repeating myself, but it is a really good battle. So let's see what else is going on. Shoot on seems to be getting company again a little bit from Smiley there. There is, but Smiley also got Dead Leisure and Potty-Mouth following him at an equal gap. And behind there is Blasi in his Ferrari, and then we got Schnagel, who's gotten in front of his teammate somewhere. Specs 12 in the other McLaren, and there's Highfield in his ERL. I think that's a Renault from the looks of it. Panda in his Ferrari, Glossbos, Gazi, all not really battling it out at the moment, and that brings us back to following this battle again. Chunky with Lucky. It's just the best battle going on at the moment, so we'll stick with this one. Could have been a bit of a slide there from Lucky that I saw there. It seemed to be a little bit of a plume of smoke from the tire screeching. He's dropping away a little bit, it seems now, from Chunky. Maybe he's made a mistake somewhere. Maybe it was that slide, or possibly Chunky has found his rhythm and is just simply putting better laps in time and time again now. And could be that's why he's pulling away a little bit from Lucky at the moment. It's this point around here where you can definitely tell Lucky is got a better and later braking capability in his car, and that's where he gains a little bit back. It's not quite enough to cover off what he's losing towards the rest of the track as it stands. So for now, advantage is still for Chunky. Despite Chunky's car saying slow vehicle and slow AF, I'm not going to pronounce the full thing of that, but you know what it means. He definitely doesn't seem to be a slow vehicle around the course here. Proved quickly in qualifying. I was watching practice for a little bit as well. That seemed to be advantage for Chunky as well there, and he seems to be going for the Grand Slam here, taking the win as well. I can't see the fastest lap. I got a feeling that might be Chunky as well. As that battle at the front is spreading out a little bit now. Let's see what the rest is doing. Shudon in third, Smiley in fourth with Dead Leisure behind him, and Pottymouth as well. Not quite close enough to battle it out, but they're there in case somebody makes a mistake. Blasi in 7th in the Ferrari, 8th is Schesnagel. Then Specs in 9th, Highfield with a half a second penalty in 10th. He will be slowing down here, I think, or no, it will be the next lap. Panda in 11th, Blossbos in 12th, Agassi in 13th. I stand corrected, I said there was no livery on this, it's just a very dark livery on the Lamborghini. And then Captain Bongo with a bit of scratches on his front bumper. He must have hit something somewhere, might have been from his spin he had earlier. And that brings us back again to the leaders of the race. Chunky in first with Lucky trailing him. It is a race over 20 laps. I don't know if anybody's been counting, but we must be getting closer towards the end of those 20 laps. And that's indeed the end of the race. So Chunky in first, Lucky in second. Shudon is gonna take third place, unless he does something very stupid. No, that's for him. Dead Leisure is taking fourth with Pottymouth in fifth, and Smiley in sixth through the grass. Seventh was Blasi, 8th is Schesnagel. And I know how he loves it when I call him Schesnagel. Specs, not quite sure who that is, but he's in 9th. Highfield in 10th. And it's a bit of a wait for Panda. There's a bit of a gap there. He's coming through the last corner now. Takes a little bit of the gravel there with him, but all nicely and controlled. And he takes the flag in 11th. Agassi in P12, coming through the last corner now in his Lamborghini. And that's him taking checkered flag. And in 13th, Captain Bongo, after his earlier spin, dropped back, but P13 it is. And I'm sure we had 14 drivers before. Somebody must have dropped out somewhere. That is the result of the race. And it's not showing me the result anymore. I was gonna try and get a screenshot of that. There we go. This is the one I need. There we go, and it was Stevo and Glossboss in P14 and P15. And they have DNF'd for one or another reason. There we go, close this off, and a new lobby will be opened. It will be Shippo taking that to comps. So I'll be logging off now, and it will be Shippo doing the second race. I'll be posting the screenshots in the server so he can update standings and tell you all about who is leading and to see if my math is correct. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel for the second streaming.